This is 95 to all stations. This is 95 to all stations. It has just dropped below 30. Suspend all operations.
Okay, I'll shut him down then.
Hey, Ron, knock her off!
You think that's an air raid warning?
It is not?
No. The district ranger at the mill blows that whistle to stop all logging operations whenever there isn't enough moisture in the air. I guess you never heard of the Tillamook burn of 32. Around here, that's all they talk about. Started just from one fella dragging a log. That's how dry the air was. Killed 12 billion feet of lumber and a lot of people, too.
Here I thought it was the end of the world. And me so far from home.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to figure out where home was.
Palagonia. You don't know where is Palagonia? It's beyond Monte Pellegrino in Sicily. I take the boat from Napoli, then I take the bus from New York. Today I'm here. Today is Monday, no? So Friday I go back. You see? Uncle Peppino say 5 days enough. What do you think?
Well, that depends.
Well, I think Uncle Peppino, he's right. He always knows. Even a thing so helpless as a girl, she can sell a state in 5 days. What is it to sell a state?
State? What state?
This state, Oregon. It belonged to me. Nathaniel Abs, I find him where, please?
Who?
Nathaniel Abs.
Nathaniel Hobbs?
See.
Oh, somewhere back in Shawnigan Creek in a slot cabin. Might as well bunk inside a picket fence. Nobody knows exactly where except Bill Morrison.
Well, he come to this place to get his mail, no?
Last mail Nathaniel got was V-mail during the war.
From Alec.
Why, you knew Alec?
Oh, yes.
Oh, now, you might be just the one person Nathaniel will talk to. That is, still excepting Bill Morrison. I'll tell you what, you go on down to the Bates Mill and ask for Morrison. He's the foreman. Maybe he'll take you up to see Nathaniel.
Thank you.
Just drive straight down the road about 3 miles. You can't miss it.
Thank you. 3 miles. How much is it, please, in the kilometer?
Well, it's too far to walk. Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Hennessy? She come in on the bus? Well, you go on down to the mill with this young fella, miss. Name's Todd Stiles. Just been in our community a short while, him and his buddy, but I'll vouch for him. Can I take that?
Oh, thank you, but it must be carried just so. I'm bringing cheese for the signore and the good salami.
It's all clear.
It's truly what he told me. A place where the trees form a temple everywhere you look. It is like a church no shells have violated. And no bombs have brought down. You did not know him?
Who?
Alec.
No.
Look, Miss Trapini, we're not trying to stand in your way. It's just that we're trying to prevent you from getting hurt.
But the Signore Morrison, why should he wish to hurt me? All I seek of him is that he take me to the Signore Alps.
It's that stuff you said about owning Oregon, you know?
But I do. I'll show you.
You don't have to. See, the fact is you don't know Morrison.
We go into his office with a story like that, he's liable to throw the three of us out.
Why?
Well, Mr. Morrison's a pretty rugged character, and he doesn't go in much for gags.
Now, right now especially. He's got a lot on his mind. The mill's behind schedule.
It's liable to close down any minute if we get another one of those fire alarms like this morning.
Alex told me all about the Signore. He said he's like a Sicilian. He is born old, wise, and worried. Oh, you take me to him, please.
Miss Trapani, really.
Call me Lucia. And you call me Lucia also.
So we'll take you to Mr. Morrison's office. What can he do to us?
Well, for a start, he could put us on your lathe and peel us for plywood. But who cares?
Ernie, you and that whistle of yours cost me 36 minutes this morning.
Look, I view where the line is, not where it's supposed to be.
I learned to read a rate stick before I learned to read my ABCs. You had no right to blow that whistle on us. I saw that hygrometer. It was just above the 30 line.
Now, that's funny. I read it just under. You know, they sure didn't do you any favor when they put that tie around your neck and sat you behind a desk. Get back in the woods, Bill. You can smell the heat in the air. Now, I gotta get going. I left Thompson underneath the hygrometer.
Thompson?
He knows what he's doing, and he's got his orders. That line goes down to 30, and he pushes the button. And this time it stays pushed till we get rain.
Mr. Morrison, there's a young lady out here to see you, and two men from the Rotary Lathe.
All right, send them in. Oh, you don't putz, do you?
I guess we're cutting the same stand, Bill.
Mr. Morrison, this is Lucia Trapani.
All right.
Well, I was in the post office when she asked directions to the mill, and she turns out she wanted to see you, so we brought her up here. And,
I'm pleased, Signore, to know you.
So you brought her here with what?
She came all the way from Italy, Mr. Morrison, and some of the things she says need interpretation, so...
yeah. We know how busy you are, so if you can just tell us where Nathaniel Hobbs' place is, we'll see to it she gets there.
Nathaniel Hobbs? What do you want with him?
Well, it's just a social call.
Nathaniel Hobbs is antisocial. He doesn't see anybody, except maybe me. Particularly anybody from Italy.
He will see me, Signore,
No, he will, huh?
because of Alec.
Alec Ames? Impossible.
How so, Signore?
He's been dead for 17 years.
Since the dawn of the 21st day of July, 1943.
How do you know that?
His arms were about me, Signore, protecting me from the German artillery. And his words, his voice, a comfort to dry my tears at the death of my mama and papa.
You must have been only a child.
I had 9 years.
And you remember?
In my lifetime, it is what I remember the most. Everything before that, it is nothing. Everything after.
Look, miss, I'm sorry. Alec was something special to me. I had to be sure.
He loved you, Signore, just like a brother. And he was so proud of you. He told me that you could ride a log over a waterfall and never even get wet. He said you could ride the bubbles to shore.
Alex said that, huh?
He said many things, Signore, before the sunrise came. I have only to close my eyes and his words come back to me. From a girl to a woman, I've grown, and I found so much in his words all the years I was growing. I always say to my Uncle Peppino, I always say I can never grow to reach above his words. They were so high, Signore, like your trees. That is why he gave them to me.
He gave what to you?
Lucia, he said. As long as a man owns a tree, for him there is great hope. A tree, he said, she points the right way. She makes a man to look up. And the man who looks up, he said, for him there is a good chance.
He gave you timberland?
Oh, so many acres. Many acres.
Like the whole state.
Yeah, or a big piece of it.
Now I come to sell. I don't want to. I fight them all. But the mayor and my Uncle Peppino, they make so much noise and so much talk. They make me come here to sell. But still, I don't want to sell what Alec gives to me. And I would not even for my Uncle Peppino. Were it not that we had lost our Mata Dolorosa, our Virgin Mary. And now in Palagonia, the times are worse now than ever before. We must have a new Holy Mother made and ready for Good Friday. And there's so little time. I want you to understand something. We do not want a hollow plaster shell. Oh, no. We don't want the Holy Mother that they make in a factory. But the Madonna. She's handmade of black enamel, and she has a real silver dagger in her breast. And around her shoulders, she has a shiny cape. It's all fringed with gold. And a glass shadow box like nothing in all of Sicily.
Look, Miss Trapani,
Oh, please, you too. You call me Lucia.
All right, Lucia. What did Alec exactly give you? I mean, you say trees. Well, all right. What kind of trees and where? Child, Lucia Trapani, that her eyes will always know the height of the sky, that her fingertips may always touch the stars, that she may listen to the whisper of the wind through the tops of trees. I, Corporal Alexander Hames of the United States 7th Army, being of sound mind, do hereby on this 21st of July, 1943, leave and bequeath all claim I have to the wide forests of Oregon, to the giant trees which are my home and heritage.
Signore, I do not want to sell what Alec gives to me. But I'm coming such a long way from Palagonia, for my Uncle Peppino, for the Holy Virgin. What else can I do?
I guess you'll just have to sell, Lucia. If Alec gave you everything he had a claim on, he must have had a good reason. Good enough for me, anyway. Of course, now we have to find out the extent of his properties. The only man who can tell us that is Nathaniel Hobbs.
Wait, tell me all about Nathaniel.
Well, he's not the same man he was when Alec knew him. By the way, I want you two to come along. Stay with her while I try to reason with Nathaniel Hobbs. I got the station wagon outside. I'll be back in an hour, Helen.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Morrison? Just what you read, that's all there was?
Uh-huh.
She came all the way from Sicily because of that.
The piece of paper doesn't have any legal status at all. I don't care how much land Alex owned.
He didn't own a square foot of timberland, Mr. Stiles. Or anything else, for that matter. Gets a little hairy at times. Especially when you realize they're carrying 25 tons of peeler. They couldn't stop them if they tried.
You know, this trip could replace Russian roulette.
Yeah, why don't we walk?
You have to understand, Mr. Morrison, it's not that Todd's afraid for himself. He's looking out for Lucia and me. But since he mentioned it, why don't we all walk?
I'll go negotiate with him.
Negotiate?
Well, maybe you don't get the picture, Mr. Stiles. Outside of me, Nathaniel hasn't spoken to anybody in 17 years. You understand, Lucia.
Alec was his son.
No more than I am. He just raised us both after Alec's mother and dad, and mine too, were lost in a timber fire. I'll call you, Lucia, when I get him ready to see you.
Dog. How are you, Dog? Say, you haven't forgotten me, have you? It hasn't been that long since I've been here. How are you?
Been going on a month.
Well, I'd have come up sooner, Nathaniel. Except for this dry weather, every minute counts. Right now, Eddie Duncan's pushing us for time. Says he may have to shut us down till the rains come.
I heard the whistle this morning. Who's that pack of people you brung? Jammed around your wagon. Standing up here like this place was a zoo.
Now, Nathaniel, I'm not going to stand here and get hoarse shouting at you. You want to talk to me, you come on over here.
Not till you get rid of them.
I want to bring one of them up here. A girl.
You what?
She brought some wine from Italy. All the way from Italy, just for you.
I don't want nothing from no Italians.
They didn't do it, Nathaniel.
Nazis. All the rest of them. What's the difference? Just for me, you say?
Mm-hmm.
What does she want with me?
She knew Alec. She was with him when he was killed.
Talking about it. What good'll that do?
Nathaniel, you used to say you'd give 10 years of your life if you could find out how it happened. Remember? Remember all those letters you wrote? The War Department, the President asking for every detail? Corporal Alexander Hames was killed in action defending an advanced position outside Palermo, period. Remember? Well, right down there's a girl who was there when it happened. She came halfway around the world to meet you.
Too late now. I've been forgetting about it for 17 years.
Oh, you should have gone on a bus like I did. One hell-bent drag through the gutter bust, over and done with. Not drag it out like this. What right have you got perched up here, like an eagle? There's a world out there, and you're still in it. And it's still got something coming from you.
Now, look, boy. There was a bullbucker, 2 whistle punks, a cat skinner, and 3 high climbers. And I tromped them all one day, all 7 of them, for saying less to me than you just said.
I should have said it years ago. You think you're doing Alec a favor? Shutting yourself off? Hating the whole world?
It's a world worth hating.
You ever know Alec to hate anything or anybody?
It got him killed, didn't it?
So who's kept his memory alive? You? Everyone but you. Now I'm going down there and bring her up, and you're going to play along. She thinks Alec left her a lot of property, so she's come here to sell it. Now, you're supposed to tell her where it is and how much it's worth. What are you going to tell her, Nathaniel?
Nothing. I ain't gonna tell her nothing. Because I'm not about to see her.
She believes in Alec. You want her to lose that?
Why shouldn't she?
Because she believes.
Tell her to go back where she come from.
Nathaniel. He wasn't home, Lucia.
But I saw him, the man you were talking to.
No, that wasn't him. That was somebody else. Somebody I never saw before. Lucia, why don't you wait here and I'll see Mrs. Williams about a room.
We'll try to get you the resident rate.
How much it is, this resident rate?
$5, American plan.
Then I take the Italian plan for $1 a day. Uncle Peppino, he write down how much I'm to spend each day. He say so much for food, so much for the room. He say $1 a day, I can get the very best.
This Uncle Peppino, is he the village spendthrift?
I don't understand.
Like, how much money do you have right now?
I'm embarrassed.
I don't blame you, Lucia. It's an embarrassing question, but that's why Buzz will never get ulcers. No inhibitions.
How much have you got?
I'm embarrassed because I am so rich. $12. I have $12. But by Friday, I will have $7,800.
After you sell Oregon.
See.
Mrs. Williams, this is Lucia.
Hello, Lucia. Mr. Morrison tells me you've come quite a trip, young lady. Well, I've got a lovely room for you, all done up fresh and a hot tub running. Oh, I bet you're famished. Come in.
Is it American or Italian plan?
Plain old Oregon plan, child. You're my guest.
Oh, I do not take charity, Signora.
This isn't charity, Lucia. Once Alec Hames owned this whole town, lock, stock, and barrel, including this house of mine.
He gave it to you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he was so kind to be so rich.
As a matter of fact, Lucia, he gave most everything away when he shipped overseas. You know how it is. Except what he gave you.
And you still love him. You still love him after all these years.
Well, at least we got her a place to stay. Come on.
Tell him about the $7,800.
That's what she expects to get. $7,800 by Friday.
Look, Mr. Morrison, I know they make machines with better brains than I've got, but, well, I sort of got a thought on the subject. Why don't we tell her the truth?
Can't.
Why?
Well, I mean, I can. What, can you kick Sleeping Beauty in the teeth? Sure, it was a fairy story. What do you expect from Alec? He was Prince Charming. Ah, you should have seen him. Just been lucky enough to have been around him. Nothing much to look at if you were just looking to look. I mean, he used to wear an old pair of ducking pants stacked below the knee and suspenders stretched over an old wool shirt. And when he'd sit on the deacon's seat in the old logger's bunkhouse and swap lies, oh man, oh man, oh man. But, you know, the only thing with Alec, they weren't lies. I mean, he had a way of making the impossible seem true. Making you see things that weren't there. Better things, you know? Or even making you see things that were there, but in a way that you've never seen them before. Yeah. Well, for instance, like when the logs slid down the flume. And he'd make you watch the rainbow when they'd hit the water, and then he'd yell, "There she blows!" when they bobbed up again. Big as whales. And you know something? If you look just right, I mean just right, they were whales. No, I can't smash that girl's dreams, and I'm not about to let Alec down. If he were here, he'd know what to do. Something to keep her dreaming, some way not to smash him. I was counting on Nathaniel, but...
And that was Hobbs you were arguing with.
Yeah, that was Nathaniel.
Well, what could he do, even if he wanted to?
Well, I'll tell you. Good stand of timber's worth, $9,000 an acre. Nathaniel's got 5-6 acres of prime growth, never been touched. He's got peelers up there worth $400 or $500 a tree. Well, if I owned it, if they were mine and were ready to cut and sell, I'd cut it and sell it right now. Why, that's the least I could do for Alec.
I had him figured for a deep freeze case. Well, if you look into Lucia's eyes when she flashes them, defrost.
Maybe that's the answer. If she can get Morrison talking to himself, she ought to be able to get Hobbs swinging an act.
We tried that today, remember?
Yeah, but Morrison and Hobbs are friends. He didn't make him talk to her face to face.
Well, when we do, that's the grabber.
That's the grabber.
Well, there's one good thing. That shotgun he had was double-barreled.
What's good about that?
3 of us.
Mr. Hobbs?
Oh, boy. What's the matter, a cubby bear?
Guess he went out to pay the light bill.
Hello. I am Lucia Trapani, and who are you? Hmm? Oh, I have something you will like. See, a cheese and a bottle of wine. And look, a salami. Signora Bellini, she make it. It's the best. Smell.
I'm looking down this gun barrel at the pack of you. Now turn them lamps down and come out the way you came in, before I change my mind and pull this trigger.
What kind of a man are you who has to hide in the shadows, afraid to face a girl?
I don't for 1 minute believe one word you said.
Sometimes I do not believe it myself. It's too good to be true. Signore, can you imagine a girl like me to come across the sea to a country so big as this? I say to myself, Lucia, why you? Oh, what is it, St. Joseph smile on you and not on Gina or Maria? Signore, why should it be me? Why am I so lucky?
Don't look at me with that innocent face. You foreigners are all alike, all looking for a handout. Oh, Bill Morrison told me that cock and bull story you told him about Alex leaving you a lot of property. On the face of it, that proves you're a liar.
I show you. There were 5 of them. The Americans. All wounded. Except Alec. It was night when they come to Papa's. Over the next hill, the Germans had their cannons. There was little left of Papa's farm. Alec, he come to where I am. When I look at his eyes, I stop my tears. Even though my mama, my papa, they're dead where the shells have hit them, I stop. Even though all night the Germans are bombarding us. Alex say, maybe they think we're hiding a general here. I'm not afraid. No. Because Alec is telling me all about his country. And he has his arms around me, protecting me from the shells. And he say, you know what is the trouble with this world? The children. They have forgot how to laugh. But I do not forget that night, Signore. I do not forget. Because Alec is telling me all about his life. About you and this place. And he's filled with so much love of you and his trees. Then when they come and they kill him, the Germans, he said, look at them, Lucia. And he'll laugh. He'll laugh. Even though he can no longer hold the gun, he cannot shoot with it because he's so hurt when the shell hit him. But he say, look, Lucia, they're only shadows. Tomorrow, when the sun is high, they'll all be gone.
Get out of here! Take that stock with you! Lucia!
How about it?
Yeah.
Lucia? Alec never had any land. No trees, nothing. I mean, nothing you can count or put your finger on and say, that's mine from the top of that tree to the bottom of the valley.
Oh, no.
But he was the richest man I ever heard of, because he gave you more than just a bunch of trees. He gave you 17 years with stars in your eyes. And that's more than anybody I ever knew ever had.
But why? Why did everyone pretend to me?
Lucia, they didn't want to hurt you. See, people don't very often get a chance to do something decent. When they do get the chance, most of them anyway, they're grateful. They enjoy doing it.
I feel so sick with shame. To come here like such a great lady on a cloud and say that this state is mine. This state is mine.
I wonder what Alec would do now.
You must not forgive me, Holy Mother. Not just yet a while. I do not deserve forgiveness. Even though I felt no greed, I only wanted to be proud of Pelagonia's figure of you. But I see it as an evil thought. What I truly wanted was to touch the real silver dagger in your breast, the gold of your shawl. But I've learned now that this is not important. What is in the heart for you, this is important. Pelagonia will do with a plaster figure, Holy Mother. We do not need a solid hand-carved figure to strengthen our faith in you.
Ah, there you are. I've been looking for you, too. Get Morrison. I'm gonna cut you down to size, fella. I'll learn you to tangle with a timber beast like me.
Now, just take it easy, Mr. Hobbs.
Bring in that girl up there. I'll teach you not to mess in another man's body.
Take it easy, Mr. Hobbs. Just take it easy. Take it easy, Mr. Hobbs. Well, just take it easy. Now, cut it out, Mr. Hobbs. I'm trying to be very...
Nathaniel! Nathaniel!
Had to be a first time.
So, you're on their side, too? All right. All right. Go ahead, cut my trees. That's what she wants, ain't it? Money? Isn't that why she came here? Go ahead. Cut them down. Pay her off and get her out of here. Get her the hell out of my life.
Well, I'm sorry, operator, but Mr. Morrison isn't expected. Yes, I know it's Mr. Jameson calling, but that doesn't make any difference because he still isn't expected back. All right, I'll hold on.
Well, where is he, Helen? I have to see him.
Yes, Mr. Jameson, this is Mr. Morrison's secretary. Mr. Jameson, Mr. Morrison left a message for you, sir. May I read it to you? Just a moment, please. Hello, sir. Here's the message. He said, if Mr. Jameson calls, and he will, tell him I've been getting fat and puffy from too much desk work. Tell him I've gone into the woods to swing an axe for the next 48 hours. Tell him I'll be glad to explain when I get back, but right now there isn't time, and either he accepts this and believes in me, or I'll be happy to turn in my desk the minute I get back. Well, he dictated it to me just before he left, and he insisted that I read it to you verbatim. All right, Mr. Jameson. Yes, sir, I'll tell him. Thank you. Goodbye. What do you know? That old fire eater backed down. You know what he said? He said Bill's right. It does a man good to swing an axe once in a while.
Maybe so, but he won't have long to swing it. Better get Franklin to stand by with me on the range stick. Admitted he's going under any time now. Wonder what came over Bill, making him stand up like that.
I don't know, Mr. Duncan, but he seemed like a new man. He seemed years younger.
Signore. Mr. Ops. So much shame have I come to this place with a dream which is wrong. I try to push myself into your sorrow for Alec. You do right to make me go away. Now, I beg you one thing only. Make them stop. Do not let them cut down another tree. Please, each time they cut is a knife in my heart. Alec, he love each tree. He give them to me, yes, but not in the way Uncle Peppino think. Not in the way I think when I first come here. But in the best way. He give me the love of them. And now I do not want ever to lose this gift, or make it dirty by the dollar which is not mine. So now, I share it with you. You see on my face, if you will only look, Alec. I bring him home with me. Please do not turn him away. Now, would you please make them stop?
Stop? Without my help, those three would be out there for 2 years without making a dent in my woods. Without my help, they're liable to start a fire that wiped the state of Oregon right off the map. Oh, they shouldn't be stopped, lady. They should be shown how a real topper really works. Time now, Mr. Franklin. I'm sorry. If we don't get out of here soon, we'll all bust out in the flames. I can just feel Ernie Duncan's hand on that button.
like prime stuff. Adam must have planted these.
Took Lucia to cut them down.
What if he blows it now?
Law says we can't operate a truck once we're on fire warning. So you get us to that highway on time, Mr. Stiles. But we cut a lot of timber for nothing.
How many more loads?
Well, the last one's on the road now, Mr. Duncan. We almost made it, didn't we? Well, it reads below 30. How come you haven't pushed the button?
All your stations, Mr. Franklin. All logging operations are suspended. Hit the button.
95 to all stations, 95 to all stations. Suspend all operations immediately.
She got to you too, huh?
Haven't had the pleasure. Look at him. Boiling over here to pick a bone with me. First thing he'll say is, Mr. Duncan, what kind of a ranger are you? I bet that range sticks way below 30. Why haven't you sounded the alarm earlier?
Why didn't you?
Well, you're just lucky it's June, not July.
Oh, what's that got to do with it?
Well, in June, the humidity in the forest is always a few degrees higher than here at the mill. Gives you a slight margin to play with. But July, I'd have shut you down hours ago.
Sure you would.
Mr. Duncan, what kind of a ranger are you? It's way below 30. Why didn't you sound the alarm earlier?
How do I thank you? What can I say?
Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.